Okay, so this is part 3, continuing application. Going in to compare the powder setting beginning with this powder through that of the I believe what is the hourglass. Let me grab it. Hold on, let me grab it. Let me grab. Yes, it is. It is that comparing the powder setting to that of the hourglass palette to the other 3 powders that I have down here. We're comparing, not the remote, 1, 2, 3, 4 powder to that of this hourglass powder right here. So this is the hourglass powder that we're trying to use in a $2, $4, $6, $8 form to a $155 form. So this is the $155 form, and these are all together $8 in form that we are trying to accomplish today, in order to show you that even if you can't afford $155, if you know how to apply the powder, you can make it look as though you're wearing the $155 product. Okay? So, going in with this product first from the brand Lori. And I am going to go in with the middle and the deep, the light and the deep bronzer, which can act as a blush in order to set my under eye. Okay? So, going in with the light to the deep, light to the deep, and I'm going to set my under eye with the product. And if John is taking my hourglass video and editing that at the same time, you will see in the classroom the difference between the product, but you will see that the powder is resembling that of the Hourglass Swan palette already. And I'm going to take the rest of the powder, same thing, and set the rest of my face where I applied the concealer. Therefore, when you do a compare view, does my face look like the Hourglass or does my face look like the Lori palette? Using the 2 bottom rows, does my face look like the Lori product or does my face look like the Hourglass product? Which one do you see? Okay, so that's the first one. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this powder to set my face. There is absolutely no full face setting powder in the Hourglass palette. They are way too high definition to be a full face setting powder for me. So I'm going in with this, which is a more low def powder, and I'm going to use it to set my face. This is the Viva Color Ultra Fine Layer Pressed Powder Pore and Fine Line Blurs, and this is the shade 04 Amber. So let's set the rest of my face with that. I don't have the Hourglass setting powder for this yet, which would be, as a matter of fact, the Charlotte Tilbury one. Pricing. It's even more expensive than the Hourglass after the take-home rate. the after take home rate is more expensive than the Hourglass. I have checked and I'm trying to cut corners where I can in this effect when it comes to Charlotte Tilbury. Trying my very best to cut corners. Okay? So that is my face set, full and complete. And I'm going to go back into the Lori powder and I am going to bronze and contour. I'm going to bronze my cheekbones and I am going to contour with the same two shades. Bronze and contour. So can you bronze and can you contour with a blush? Yes, you can. It just has to be a much lighter form of the blush in order to bronze and contour. Because I bronze and contour with these products all the time. You just wouldn't know it until I told you, of which I've just done so, that I bronze and I contour with blushes all the time. I don't just use a bronzing powder. I bronze and contour with blushes too. And that's that powder right there. Okay? Now, I'm going to be going in with this as the highlighting portion of the Hourglass palette, which are these two right here. These two shades right here, 1 and 2. But for this one right here that I'm about to use, it's 1 and 2. 1 and 2. I also have this one, which is 1 and 2, which is the darker shade, but we're going in with this, which is 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Okay? And the shades that I just showed you there is 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Now I'm going to use this brush to highlight that form with, okay? To highlight my face with. What am I saying in format? To highlight that and flip the brush around on the clean side, and we're going to also highlight this area with my other hand, of course. Okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this as my blush. Okay, my blush and highlighter bronzer topper, and I am going to blush and bronze the highlighter at the same time, and I'll be using this as my eyeshadow as well. So let's blush first. And once again, if John and Thomas are doing the editing, they will be doing a side-by-side feature in order to show the Hourglass as well as the Viva color effect, that they are practically pretty much the same. It just takes a little bit more with Viva color to apply, whereas with the Hourglass it is a one pan with a full face of products minus the setting powder. So that is the blush right there. Now I'm going to apply the bronzer on top of the highlighter and the blush as a blush topper. Okay, and that is the product applied on top of the blush and highlighter as a blush topper. Okay, and because it is looking very powdery, what I'm going to do to take away the powdery look is to blend with the sponge, also taking out any line of demarcation with the product and hopefully balancing out oxidization as well. Okay, now join me in part 4 when I use this same product as the eyeshadow. Part 4.